Hey everybody, it's Miss Stiff Dance here, back with the video. And today's topic of choice is about things that you gotta get straight before you decide to become one with someone. Not just one, meaning in a marriage, but one in a relationship. These are important facts, you guys. If I could scream to the top of the mountains, I would. These are important facts that you have to know before you start dating someone. Because if you don't, setting yourself up for problems. All right. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, because I want y'all to all get into this. Like, I'm trying to let people know these are things that they don't talk about, they don't tell you. And sorry. Um, just trying to get right here. If you are on my channel, then please type your name or say hello in the comment section. Make sure you press the like button if you fill in the content once you receive it. Or press the like button if you just like me. Or just wait till you get into it to start commenting and having some dialogue with me, because your opinion counts and I want to make sure that we keep this conversation going. I want this to go everywhere it possibly can go, because people need to know, because we are not asking these questions and doing this one thing that you need to do before you get into a relationship. So with that being said, my channel is for people who are my channels for single people, uh, single parents, people who are interested in learning entrepreneurship, and just people who are dancing through life, dance for dealing and navigating choices effectively. So just so you know, this is an empowerment channel. We're trying to get it together. I don't claim to know all the answers, but I will claim to talk about it. So let's try and do this. Okay. We know to ask what the goals are. They tell us what the long-term plans are, what the goals are for your life, what's your credit score, maybe. Some even may ask that. What's your family life looking like, your home life? Were you in college? You graduate from college, and what's your zodiac sign? All of that stuff. Let's keep it real. Who cares? Okay? Because this next question that you got to ask them and understand is going to blow your mind. Next time you get into a relationship, ask them what their dating resume was. Who was up on that dating resume? Because who you date before dating someone else, like who I date, I want to know who the person dates before me, because that person or people are a reflection of you. Okay. So you, me, all of everybody need to start getting into the habit of asking, what is your dating resume looking like? Who you got up on there? You know? Do you like you you got like a Tiger Woods or a Bobby Brown? You got a Malcolm X? Like, who you got like on your dating resume? Like, what quality people do you have or not have? Excuse me, for some reason, I don't know if this camera makes my nose itch, but every time I get on, I feel like I have to rub my nose. Like, it's just weird. And no, it's just simple. I don't know. It's irritating me. But nevertheless, got to ask about that dating resume, because that is key. You do not want somebody who dates anybody. You want to find these things out, because they might be acting as if, you know, You are not the it person, the it factor, the upgrade when they may have had uh Judy's third cousin removed Rashida from around the way, you know what I mean? And who wears them red Reebok sneakers. Any girl who wears red Reebok sneakers too, like them red ones, they fight. So just so you know, they will be fighting your behind. So watch out for them girls with the red Reebok. Shout out to them. This week I felt like I wanted to get me a pair. But anyway, you want to know who the person's dating, right? You don't want to date anybody who's dating anybody, because it's like, if you don't care about who that person, you like, if you don't care about what you dated before, how are you going to care about me? Like, it doesn't make sense. You want to date someone who has a good background, who, I mean, you don't have to have Hollywood celebrities on the list. Lauren London don't have to make the list of your dating resume, but you want somebody who is, number one, like, not ratchet, maybe someone who isn't a known around the way, Jezebel, someone who, like, I don't know, someone who does not even, who looks a certain way, maybe that maybe not, y'all don't seem like y'all mesh well, like y'all not on the same type of dating category. There's different tiers and categories, whether you want to believe it or not everybody is placed for the same one. So you want to just kind of check them out. um Finding out someone had an interest in someone who was not putting themselves, who's very immature, or someone who is psycho. Like, you want to know if this person, you got some psychos up in there. You want to find out and dig a little bit. This is the time where I say, hey, it's okay to snoop, it's okay to dig, it's okay to ask questions, it's okay to find out from my, there's our nose again, allergies, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. You want to find out what's going on, and this is okay. You know why? Because I will tell you, I was salty with when my exes, I found out he was dating a Dusty. You can't date a Dusty and then have me. No, 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 no. There's Dusties and then there's Dance. There's Dusties and then there's Mr. Dance. You don't, you either go one direction or you go the other, but never both. It's like, oh, the nose. Right. Okay, so, well, let me not say they were dusty. They were a nurse. Okay. I will say that they did nursing. They were very, let's say, not pleasant to the eyes. Yeah, there you go. Not pleasant to the eyes. Would not be in the normal typical standard of what one would say aesthetically pleasing is. They was ugly. Okay. I couldn't do it anymore. I just tried. I tried and I said, let me try this. No, they were just not cute. Okay. So, and it's like, please don't act like I'm not the upgrade for you when it comes to physical appearance, when it comes to maturity, when it comes to uh health wise, let's just say, keeping fit. When it comes to whatever, this person that was on the dating resume, you know, was not it. And it was just like, wow. Honestly, if I would have known that this person was someone that you dated, I would have looked at you differently. I'd have looked at you sideways, because real ones, fly ones, good ones are not going to pick anybody they are going to be particular and have a standard. Listen, have a drought going on, cry it out, scream it out, punching bag and gym it out. Don't don't go beneath what you know you should be dating, because I know beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but it's also in the eye of everybody who looks at y'all. And you do not want to have to constantly defend your relationship like you're a pit bull. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying looks are what the foundation of a relationship can be, but everybody wants somebody who looks all right. Everybody wants somebody who's nice looking. You're not going to walk up to the ugliest person and be like, "Oh, hey, they look like they have a nice personality and going to be a great husband or wife. Oh, let me just spark up a conversation with them." Okay, you got a few four missing teeth, and you look like you've been in about four fights today. But oh, they look like they got a nice personality. So let me go spark up a conversation with them and see how it's going to work. No, that's not happen. That's not reality. That's not what people are naturally attracted first to what they see. Please don't be in a relationship or move forward for somebody who just you got to defend all the time. It's like you have to explain their beauty. You don't want to have to explain why you with somebody. You want to just be with them. You don't want to feel like you don't want to hear time and time again somebody say, "Oh wow, y'all are a nice couple," like you don't want to hear somebody just, I don't know, talk about how they uh like they're not as cute as the girlfriend or boyfriend that you had before. Oh wow, okay. Like, how are they? Like, and wondering why are you attracted to them, because it's obvious, but it's not the reason why. Would you first see the what you can't fool the eye, the human eye. So it's like you don't want to be with some, like, I mean, and ain't nobody got to be beauty queens, ain't nobody got to be dapper dons, but please, I mean, don't be a brand new remodeled kitchen and then your partner be a mop. You don't want that. You want someone who, can complement you. All right. If you're the refrigerator, they're the freezer. I mean, you don't want somebody who's going to look far off. Like you want to be able to have somebody who you don't have to defend, because I've seen that happen before. Okay, I have personal experience with a close relative who had to defend their marriage, and defend their wife. And it's like it's obvious that you know he was way out of her league, but it's just like, dang, the world got to see it too. It's like that's not a good feeling, because insecurity start to arise, and you keep hearing the same thing over and over again, and then it just doesn't make out for a good um might not make out for a very peaceful relationship down the line. Now that's not the number one thing I'm talking about. I'm just talking about that's like, one of the things that's important, but just looking at the person as a whole. Like, how do they carry themselves? Do they post themselves with pictures that, look like they belong at a strip club, and then post another picture of their child with them with a teddy bear and them taking out have a good time? Like, what type of person are they? What kind of person is that? And if you're a business minded person who, is in a corporate job, do you want the person that you had date women who, wear scantily clad, looking like they're, going to an up and coming new Freaknik in Georgia, like do you want to like women who constantly are like that, or uh don't carry themselves what they say, cursing every other word on Facebook and stuff like that? You have to research people, because who you date, don't forget, or who you're attracted to has a reflection on you. Like it's kind of a tell, a showing sign about what you're like. And you want to look like you're on the up and up. You want to have someone who like is pleasant. I mean, everything happens we all get desperate. We not all desperate, but you can't get desperate. But let me rephrase that because I don't like that D word. Mm-mm-mm. That's not the D word that I like. There's another one, but yeah, not desperate, but everybody has a vulnerable moment. But you want to make sure that you're having vulnerable moments with people who are worth vulnerable moments. Okay. I know I would want that for you. All of you, everybody who's watching this channel. When I say you, I mean everybody and the people around you. You want somebody who compliments you at the end of the day. You have to check out backgrounds because I swear, when I told you that ex of mine, I saw one person that he dated and had negative interactions with. It was like, I look at you sideways now. It's like, dang, you have moved up. You was on some Florida Evans and I forgot what the dad's name to George and Wheezy. You really moved up when you got to me. And it was like, yo, you really have to look at people's background. It's like, dad. Now I love, Good Times. That was my show and Florida Evans and all that stuff. Love it. Love the show. Love the show. No shade or whatever. But it's just crazy. It's like, dang, I'm talking about as far as it's two totally different worlds, basically, from them to you. You want somebody to know somebody has like a little consistency of a pattern. Nobody's extremely crazy. We have a pass, when we're in high school or whatever, but you get a pass, you have that one drunken night or that crazy story that nobody you know you want to hear. No one want to tell nobody. It's not safe to say around kids. Everybody has a moment, but like, you have to find out what a person likes. If they're used to dating ratchet girls and they come up, then they start dating a person who has their own business or a Fortune 500 Fortune 500 company type of owner or works at a Fortune 500 company. You want to know what their past is looking like because that is a turnoff, a complete turnoff to know that you're acting like you done had it all, the best of the best, the creme of the creme of women. Oh, you tell me you want to tell me about doctors that you dated and someone who was well off and had their own business, but you don't want to talk to me about the girl who looks like she's a angry cashier at Wendy's that you dated too, at the drive-through, who is can't wait till the clock is over because she done tired of cussing out people in the drive-through all day. You don't want to have like that. Doesn't align. You want them to talk about that person and how you have a secret fetish for ratchet women or ghetto or hood rat chicks or whatever. Hey, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. Then it works for you. If that's what somebody's into and everybody's cool with that, and but me personally, if somebody has did want to date that ratchet girl who works, you know, and it makes, minimum wage, no disrespect to anybody, and has no business, has no desire to get a better job or to empower themselves or anything. And here you are working your behind off. You're in that hair salon, you're getting your liquor license so you can open that bar. You don't want to date somebody who's just like who had people that's nothing and okay with that, because that shows a side of them, or they anything that you don't feel goes along with what they should be, because a lot of times people do that. It shows insecurity. It's giving insecurity, it's giving confusion, it's giving like, listen, I just don't really care. I'm just pretending and putting on a united front that I care, about the level. And I secretly don't want to tell you you're like the best thing I've ever had, because before you, let me tell you, I dated, some, kind of corny people, but I'm gonna make you feel like, I had the best of the best and you're just okay. That's what the mind state is going to be like, when people, um, don't really disclose who they dated or what type of people they were like. That's what I'm saying. That's the only time it's okay to like dig a little bit. It's okay to find out stuff because you don't want to marry someone who, y'all keep getting into arguments and stuff, and you realize, dag, are y'all really equally yoked? Because you was in bliss with Joe Schmo or Susie Boo, whatever, you know, and y'all got along great, but y'all might have been physically attracted to each other, but argue so much because you're more attracted to the Joe Schmo or Susie Boo. Y'all more equal. You know what I mean? You've seen that he dated a bunch of he's had a history of dating um Subu's, and she has a history dating Joe Schmoes. Like, you want to find out what the history is because it might not be working because you're really not that person's type. You really not might not be their type. They really not might not be your type because it's just like, wow, it really who you date and who you consider serious and stuff like that, relationships with, that it matters. You don't want somebody who's on all everybody's social media and everybody it has nothing to do but time. Somebody who, like, just straight constantly on welfare and never gets off, who has no plan to elevate themselves or anything like that. Like, why would you want somebody who's dated people like that? Content with never having a vehicle, owning a vehicle, always taking public transportation, and you don't have any goals to get better. Well, gotta do what we gotta do sometimes. Nothing, not knocking that either. But you have to have goals. You have to have plans to elevate. You have to have the same kind of mentality and whatnot. So that's all I wanted to say is basically check out the people that your love interest, your significant other has dated before you. Maybe that might answer some questions as to why you guys may keep having these arguments, or are we really yoked, or are we really compatible with each other? Because they just seems like it's not clicking. Like, what did they date prior to? Some people like to just jump out and start dating somebody new because they just want to try something different because maybe something wasn't working with the previous ones. But whatever the case may be, it is good to find out the history. You got to do history anyway. Like, you don't want somebody who's for real, you know, going to have you at the gynecologist office or some clinic because they was dating some wild things, or paying for it. You don't want to date somebody who is done that. Not that it's going to be out there and you would definitely know, but this is the time I'm telling you that I condone snooping, finding out, doing research, checking, because you got to be careful who you date. Because it tells a lot about the person, I'm trying to tell you. I don't see any comments on my chat, so I'm assuming nobody has nothing else to say. I might have covered everything. So I'm gonna just leave y'all with this. I just had to put something on my live stream. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Make sure you also subscribe to the channel, like my page, and let me know how you feel. What you think about the dating history? Do you agree that it does tell a lot about the person that you're dating with? Dating, you know. Um, until next time, thank you.